At number 10, I have The Zone of Interest. Now, I have not seen this movie because this movie is currently not available at my area. But as soon as it's available, I'm just dying to see this movie just because of the subject matter. It really appeals to me, these kinds of simple movies about terrifying subject matters. And because Best Picture is such an international category, everyone votes on it. And I think the international love is going to pour in for The Zone of Interest and also a couple of other movies as well. So The Zone of Interest is my number 10. I think it pops in other categories as I have discussed before, like sound and score, and it totally deserves to get nominated for Best Picture just based on the love it's getting from everyone and the number of nominations it has gotten in other categories as well. At number 9, I have another foreign movie called Past Lives. I've seen this movie. I love this movie. Probably not as much as the biggest lovers of the movie, but I do think that it deserves to get nominated. And number 9 is a pretty good spot as well. It's definitely going to get nominated, and it secures a very safe number 9 spot. At number 8, I have Barbie. Now, again, I don't want to keep repeating the fact that I don't love this movie, but I still like this movie very much. Personally, I would not nominate Barbie. I think there are many people like that. But again, you can't deny the cultural phenomena that Barbie is, and you can't deny that a lot of people love Barbie. Now, people would say that because I'm a man, I'm not liking Barbie. That's not the case. I showed this movie to my mom as well. She also is not the biggest fan of the movie. So it's not a thing about men and women. It's just a thing about how you see the movie and how you perceive the movie. Past Lives is also a very feminine movie, you could say, but I love for Past Lives much more than Barbie. Even though you could say that it revolves around the central female character, so it has nothing to do with gender. Barbie is still a very good movie, just not at the Best Picture level, but it's still going to get nominated just because of the phenomena it was. It was nothing like we've ever seen. I think it's a bigger phenomena than even Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, because Top Gun Maverick is a franchise everyone expected. I feel that the audience does not get enough respect in Hollywood. And the directors that respect their audience get that love from the audience as well. Take Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan never goes out and puts statements like Marvel movies suck or superhero movies suck and things like that. He understands that there is an audience out there who are craving for something. They're craving for an event film. Like, I keep referring to the event film because I feel that the audiences today are going to get out of their homes only for those big movies. And by big movies, I don't mean the big budget movies, because that's not true. I'm talking about the movies that have generated a buzz so real and so fantastic that they feel, no, I just have to go out and see this movie. I can't wait for this movie for streaming. Just the social media buzz, the TikTok buzz, and everything, these factors play a huge role. And people would argue that only big movies can get that social buzz, but Oppenheimer is a very small movie. If you could see, if you can just see, the budget is also only $100 million. It's not 200 or 300 million. Killers of the Flower Moon was made at $300 million. Oppenheimer was made at $100 million. So there's an appetite for the audience to see these movies. Coming back to Barbie, it totally deserves to get nominated just because of the fact that many people love this movie. And this is not my personal list. This is a list that rewards movies based on the view of all the Academy members. And there's no denying that Barbie is an achievement in filmmaking. Now, at number 7, I have Maestro. Many people, including me, had Maestro in my top 5. I think a couple of months back, but there's no denying that it has lost a lot of steam, and the movie is not as great as it should be to compete with the Best Picture winners or even potential winners. So yeah, I think the nomination is the win for Maestro now. I don't see it even threatening to win or even get into the top 5. I actually see it missing out. Like, there's a potential future where it does not get in. But yeah, I still think it deserves to get in, and it will get in just because of the support and love for Bradley Cooper from the people in the Academy. Like, I know that there's a thing going on online about hating on Bradley Cooper, but I do think that Maestro is actually a very good movie. It's not great, but it's still very good. And I think that Bradley Cooper deserves to get nominated here, because I think I told that he misses out on Best Director, but I think he will get a nomination for Best Picture. So I have Maestro as my number 7. In number 6, I have Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, 2 or 3 months back, many people said Killers of the Flower Moon is the number 2 or the number 3 movie of the in this particular category, but it has slipped down a lot. Like, Now it's just hanging in. It will definitely get nominated. There's no future where it does not get nominated just because the movie is actually terrific. At number five, I have Anatomy of a Fall, and this is that particular foreign movie that we all should watch out for this particular Oscar. It could totally win Best Original Screenplay, and I don't think it wins Best Picture, but it's there. It's there as the number in the second tier, I would say. It has more Oscar potential than Killers of the Flower Moon or Maestro or any of the movies that I've discussed below. And I think it's an incredible movie. Like, I have not put a review out, but I'm going to make an analysis video on Anatomy of a Fall. Original movies like these don't come out anymore. And I think Justin Triet, who's the director of the movie, did an absolutely incredible job. At number four, I have Poor Things. Again, I have not seen this movie because this movie is also not available in my region yet. I'm just waiting for it to drop in my cinemas or on streaming. I'll wait to see which one it drops on first and then probably put a review out as well. But it's at number four just because of how it is being received by the critics and the cinephiles, I would say more. I know that many people don't like this movie just from the subject matter and just from the first 30 minutes. I've heard that many people tuned out of the movie, but I think for cinephiles and people who love the movie, they will watch the entire movie and get the point behind the movie. And I'm expecting to like this movie. Like, I don't want to put high expectations on any movie before I go in, but Poor Things is one of those movies that when I watch, I'm expecting great things because it's my kind of a movie. I like weird things, I like new things. One movie that we have totally not talked about in this video is Saltburn. I love Saltburn. I don't think it gets even one Oscar nomination, but I love it. It might be in my top five or top six movies of the year, but it will never get any Oscar love. But I love those kinds of movies. So I think Poor Things is right up my alley. But yeah, it's at the number four spot. Not going to win, not close to winning, but it's there. Now we are getting into the movies that can actually pull off the upset. And we all know who's the favorite here, but this particular movie at number three, I have American Fiction, and it could totally upset my number one. The reason I'm saying that is because of the amount of steam it's getting for the past, I would say, just for the past month, and the subject matter of the movie. Again, I've not seen the movie, but the things I'm hearing about the movie makes me think that this is a movie that not right now. Like, if the Oscars were held tomorrow and the winners were decided tomorrow, it's not going to win. But a couple of months later, I think the Oscars are in March, so 2 months from now, I can see people buzzing more about this movie, and maybe after 2 months, it is actually a threat to win the Oscar. Right now, it's not a threat, but I see this as a potential threat. So my top three are those movies that could win the Oscar, and American Fiction is my number three. So at number two, I have The Holdovers. Paul Giamatti and Divine Joy Randolph have been sweeping in every category that they have been nominated so far. And when you have two performances that are so amazing with a potential of winning Best Original Screenplay as well for Alexander Payne, The Holdovers could win Best Original Screenplay, it could win Best Actor, it will win Best Supporting Actress for sure, and it could also get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor with Dominic Sessa. And there are a lot of other nominations as well that the movie is bound to get, maybe in film editing and a couple of other categories as well. So when a movie gets nominated in so many categories and it pulls off those crucial two or three wins, I would say that the original screenplay is a big one. If The Holdovers wins original screenplay, and obviously Oppenheimer is going to win Best Adapted Screenplay, I think it's a war between those two movies, The Holdovers and Oppenheimer. And I do think that if there's a movie that could potentially beat Oppenheimer, it's The Holdovers, closely followed by American Fiction. But I currently have Holdovers above American Fiction just because of the wins it's getting, and people just love this movie. I also love this movie. It's a very heartwarming, pleasing movie. Would I wanted to win Best Picture over Oppenheimer? No, I think Oppenheimer is a masterpiece unlike any I've seen for the past decade. That's a bold statement, but I think I can't stop watching Oppenheimer, guys. Like I've seen it 6 or 7 times, and randomly on a weekend I put on 5 minutes of this movie. I'm thinking, okay, I'll just watch this particular scene, and I'm going to tune out of the movie. I have to go to sleep. I have to go to work. But no, I end up watching the entire movie, and it does not help that the movie is 3 hours long, guys. I totally waste 3 hours watching Oppenheimer. I won't say waste. I love that experience, but after 3 hours, I'm like, oh my god, I have not slept. everything gets shifted 3 hours. I'm late for work. My work suffers as well. It's not good, guys. It's not healthy to love Oppenheimer this much. But yeah, I have Oppenheimer as my number one. I think it's going to win this award. I think it's a clear favorite. It's a clear front runner. And as much as I'm talking about the holdovers and American fiction, Oppenheimer is the movie to beat in many, many categories. There could be a potential sweep where Oppenheimer wins 5 or 6 awards. So thanks for tuning into this video. I have a couple of videos coming out. One is my review on Society of the Snow, and the other one is after the Oscar nominations here, I'm going to put out a video of my reactions to that particular Oscar nominations, and we are going to see how much I got right in this particular video, and I'm going to compare those with the actual Oscar nominations. So yeah, thank you for sticking around. My channel also recently crossed 200 subscribers. I put a video out thanking you all for that as well, and a lot more videos coming as well from this channel. So again, means a lot that you guys are watching my content. I'm getting a lot of views. I'm getting a good growth in my subscriber count, and hopefully by the end of the year this channel gets monetized as well. Many thanks for watching.